Congratulations.
You're in there too. Everyone is. Faculty,
Oh my God.
lovers.
You wrote about us!
It's a novel.
It's a problem.
It's a novel.
Hey, Professor Love Train.
It's a novel.
Hey, who on the faculty haven't you slept with?
It's a novel! Today at 5:26 a.m., Max Bickford sat down to finish his novel. For 3 years, the yellow pads were kept under virtual lock and key. Now they were transformed by quicksilver fingers into crisp 8 by 10 pages of vellum bond, worthy of the light of day. So long as Max Bickford had a novel to finish, the world was a manageable place. It was as if the sheer need to finish the novel gave shape and meaning to his days. Knowing what he knows now, would Max Bickford ever have typed those 2 little words that would change his life forever? Probably not. For at that precise moment, everything else in his life went directly to hell. It did not pass go. It did not collect $200. Perhaps he wishes instead he had gone in and polished off that pint of Cherry Garcia. Perhaps he wishes he'd paused to read the paper, or even matched some socks. But fate ruled the day. His novel was now finished. There was nothing left for Max Bickford to do, except collate.
Let me see. Oh, you definitely have a favor. Look, my car wouldn't start, so I'm gonna borrow your bike. Nell will be here at noon to force some soup into you.
Why? I don't need anybody taking care of me.
You're sick, Prez.
I don't really like being called Prez anymore.
Really? You never said anything about that before.
Well, it was okay before. I was a kid before.
What do you want to be called? Mr. Bickford?
Lester is a hard name to go through middle school with. I've been thinking about changing it. Why aren't you taking my knapsack?
Well, I can't very well carry a briefcase while I'm riding your bike. And I am a man with a book. See you later.
Do you need me to carry your books for you?
Can we assume I've officially made your day? And subsequently you can give me a ride to the campus?
Might as well both be late together. Cute knapsack.
It is cute, isn't it?
You know, Max, most guys go through midlife crisis in a red Corvette. The bike with a custom banana seat is oddly appealing.
I wrote the book on oddly appealing. Oh, hey, I did, actually. Write the book. I finished my novel.
Max, congratulations.
Touch it.
Ooh. So you plan on carrying that around with you all day?
I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. Lorraine, I want you to type up that reading list for my 3:30 class today.
Stop stalling. President Bryant has called 2 times. Cute knapsack.
Everyone's been saying that.
Max, come on. We can't avoid telling Judith forever.
Gotta find this list.
Professor Bick.
No, don't. Please don't do that.
Just suck it in and face the music. Sooner or later, you're going to have to tell President Bryant that you and Professor Haskell are hopelessly deadlocked over who will fill the Bitterman slot. Did I mention she's called 2 times?
Well, why don't you go and tell her? I'll stay here and answer the phones.
Max, come on.
I gotta find the list.
I'll find it. I'll tear the place apart. Just go.
Living wages now! Take the trash later! Living wages now!
It's a good thing our teacher interviews are over. This would have looked really inviting to prospective professors.
Yeah, it smelled even better. Little do these teachers know that we're gonna pay them less than we pay the cleaning guys.
I have dreaded facing Judith. We could be the one bright spot in her day if you were just smart about who we should hire.
You mean if you were honest?
Max! Max Bickford, Ben Franklin Elementary. Remember me, man? It's Danny!
Danny Martinez! How are you, man? Hey, I haven't seen you since the night that we took the air out of Milliken's tires.
You remember that? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
You teaching?
Yeah. You on the strike committee?
Yeah, you know, I got shipped up here from New York about 3-4 months ago.
Max, we've got to go.
Danny, I gotta go.
Morning, Max.
Good in hell, Freddie.
Wages now! Take the trash later!
Judith, I said you should have put me on the strike committee. I know the guy the union sent. I know all the facts.
Max,
I know.
how about you do the job I gave you first? Where's my candidate proposal?
Well, we've hit a little snag.
We can't agree on what the students most need from this department, what point of view we lack.
I'll tell you. A decisive one.
We both know that Nigel Willikers is the best teacher for the job.
He's 70 years old, proving that he knows a lot about history.
He's a respected American scholar, and he's redefined the way we look at the 1700s.
He looks like he was born in the 1700s. We are supposed to be giving first-year graduate candidates heavy consideration. What's wrong with Jeffrey Lerner?
Besides your being so distracted by his looks that you were taking notes with your eyebrow pencil, he has very limited critical ability.
It's too bad that you don't. You criticize everything.
Children.
Judith, we're not going to agree. Here are my top 3 choices.
Here are mine.
And now you just palm this off on me and skate out of here.
Well, what do you expect us to do?
Walk in here tomorrow morning with Bitterman's replacement. Lock yourselves in a room if you have to.
You gonna meet this afternoon?
I can't. I've got a full lesson plan on the culture of the page way through.
Well, Judith is not backing off, so when are you free next to fight? Want to meet tonight in the ring? After 8?
Tonight, the gloves come off.
Schuyler Hatfield worked among women, some savory, some not. Lorna May Clung, his secretary, was a not particularly well-kept leftover from a previous administration. She had the hatchet face of a fascist commando and a stare that could peel paint. Her voice reminded him of bagpipes, bagpipes played by someone who definitely was not Scottish. She was a hell of a way to start the day.
I'll show that little bastard how to start the day. Get me President Bryant.
Oh, my God. Pull up Max Bickford's class schedule. Where would I find him right now if I wanted to kill him?
Lorraine, can you tell Max I can only meet him after 9 tonight?
I can't. I've resigned.
Why?
He asked me to find the reading list. I find that depravity instead. The gall of that man. I made a copy for President Bryant and several for my lawyer.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's Max's novel. You can't sue somebody for writing a novel.
I can if he's made me a character. Oh, you're in there too. Everyone is. Family, faculty, lovers. I've only read bits, but there is a scene in here involving a man, a woman, and an egg salad sandwich that makes Tom Jones look like a Kiwanis Club picnic. He even slept with a student.
You wrote about that?
In some detail.
All the youthful ideals they'd fought for in the trenches of the 60s had been cast off like so much refuse by Chatterley's president, Dr. Jewel Mahal.
Excuse me, Dr. Bryant. Professor Bickford's class ends at 2 o'clock.
Let me know. I don't want to miss him.
In her relentless pursuit of absolute power, Jewel had convinced herself that working within the machine was essential. So what if an activist friend like Schuyler got lost along the way? Weren't there well-heeled, new, horsey friends to ride to the tippy-top of their insatiable ambition?
So, what is at issue in the Chadwick janitor strike?
Just compensation for work done?
Okay. So, teachers teach, and they need a clean environment in order to do that. And janitors supply that environment, and they want to be compensated for their work. Okay, that's a pretty reasonable position. But what if I told you that your tuition will have to go up in order to pay for that compensation that the janitors deserve? Your parents will pay for this. What happens to your position of support then?
It might be a little bit qualified.
Okay. Now you got a business hat on. There are always two, at least two, frequently more sides to any given issue that you can... Freddie, what are you doing? Are you shopping?
I hate to do this to you, Max, but we need leverage. Technically, since we supply the stuff, it's ours to take.
Okay, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. Tommy.
Yikes. What's Dad been doing?
Delivering. He says finishing a book is like having a baby. Messy and private.
So Dad's been distracted and you told him you were sick. Head. You don't feel sick. How'd you fake the fever? Hot pads work well in the microwave. Get dressed.
But it's noon. School's half over.
Then you'll get half an education today, Lester. Go.
Man, now you sound just like Dad.
Oh, take it back. I do not.
You can't stop me, Skylar. Hissed Jewel. The sound reminded him of a rattler before it stings. This college is mine. The board eats what I tell them.
Dr. Bryant, it's 2 o'clock.
I'm going to be a while with Dr. Bickford. Cancel my lunch.
If you cross me on policy, you'll never teach in this town again.
Hello.
Hey, Darlene. Are you sitting down?
Why?
Max Bickford has written a book about Chadwick, and it is not pretty. I'm going to make copies. Call everybody you know. Spread the word.
Hey, I thought you were with your brother.
I was, and then I sent him to school. Guess you had your head in your book, because he pulled a fast one on you.
That little weasel. I must be slipping. You faked an illness from time to time.
More than time to time. I was just good enough not to get caught.
Do me a favor. Have dinner with Lester. Spend the night. I'm going to be busy with faculty stuff, and I have no idea when I'm going to get home.
Okay. Oh, Lorraine posted a work-study notice outside your office, so I'm going to answer phones after 4.
Where do I get paper towels and trash bags?
Downstairs, janitor's closet.
There's a downstairs?
Max! Max!
Downstairs, janitor's closet.
There's a janitor's closet?
Max! Max! You wrote about us!
Are you making an announcement? Would you like a loudspeaker? Where did you get that?
From Lorraine, who's making copies of it for her lawyer!
Lorraine read my book and is suing me? You want to tell me what's going on?
What's going on is you told her to look for the reading list, so she goes.
So, the paper towel. The door is being held by the towel.
So, we'll open it again.
That's a security lock. It opens from the inside with a key. We don't have a key.
No. You're not telling me that we're stuck in here.
Okay. I won't tell you we're stuck in here. I won't tell you that. Because we're not only stuck in here, nobody can hear us scream!
President Bryant, have you seen Professor Bickford? We're in 334 waiting to start the Industrial Revolution.
Professor Haskell isn't in the culture of decay. Anybody know what's up?
So how do you propose to get us out?
Well, I'm open to suggestions here.
I should tell you that I get really claustrophobic when there are no windows.
Oh, it's not Das Boot, okay? We're not gonna submerge. There'll be a key around here somewhere. This can't be the first time this happened to somebody.
Oh, you want to bet?
You said I had big hair.
What?
You said when we met, I had big hair.
It was 1985. Everyone had big hair.
You didn't.
I'm gonna let that slide. What are you doing with my private property in your hands anyway?
Hold on a minute, Portnoy. Whose privacy was really invaded? You wrote about me.
I didn't exactly write about you. I didn't exactly write about me.
No, what you exactly wrote was this. Andalusia Frampton was 20 years old with eyes as dark as Venezuelan chocolate. On the Tuesday that they met, she smelled of nutmeg and vanilla. He recalled it years after, for he had missed lunch. Nutmeg and vanilla? We met at a 7 a.m. seminar, and neither one of us had brushed our teeth.
Andrea, that's why that is a novel, and this is real life.
I think you'll understand better after you read the book.
Is that what you and President Bryant were talking about? Because I've never seen her so...
Apoplectic? Look at page 106. You would be too. It was common knowledge Dr. Jewel Mahal would bend over on a bridge at daybreak if ever so slightly it might catapult her career. When you tell your dad I resigned, mention he should look for work too.
Maybe he said I had big teeth. He said I had big something. It's here. It's here. I just can't find it.
Can't find it because it's not there.
You said I had big feet. She sat in the front row, crossing and uncrossing her feet at two well-turned ankles. He liked imagining her in different shoes, size 9 stilettos to start.
Oh, I did say that.
Size 9 is a lot of foot. I'm size 7.5 for the record. Next time, ask.
It's just a novel.
Oh, thank God there's a bathroom. The janitors must use this as an office. Must have happened for a reason.
Of course it happened for a reason. You took the paper towels away that were holding the door open. And I did say nice things about your hair. I distinctly remember. It was a glorious day in spring. They met to discuss her paper on Jefferson. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. He said, please make the egg salad to go. Hair. Here it is. Her hair was long and sable black. She was lit from within like a portrait by Vermeer. And so on and so forth.
Don't stop. Go on. There was something closed about her heart, locked as it was like a church in the Blitz. Was there any way to gain entry now? He longed to light a candle there.
Say nothing about big hair. Oh, voices in the vent. Hey, hello, save me first.
I suppose he and I have had this rendezvous from the start. Some people just can't respect the annoying little habits of others.
I'm sure there's an explanation for this that he can offer. Hey, kiddo, did you get my note?
Yeah, didn't want to be home alone. Thought I'd do homework here.
Hello, Lester.
Hi.
So long, Lester.
I'll go hang out in Dad's office now.
Gosh, he looks like his dad.
I know.
Spent some good times here, damn it. Well, don't forget. Water the fern.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom, kiddo. Do some homework, and then I'll take you to dinner anywhere you want.
With what for money?
Hello! Damn you to hell. Oh, boy. Oh, is that my stomach or yours? What are you doing?
Lost and found, going through pockets, foraging for food.
Keys. Keys. God, I'm so hungry I could eat a couch. Oh, hey. Pay stubs. Freddie's pay stubs. Going back to 89. Wow. You know, if you consider inflation, he's not making any more money now than he was then.
So janitors have a worse deal than teachers.
You find anything?
1 licorice whip lint ball and 2 saltines.
Well, you're gonna share it, aren't you? Oh. Nothing? I found a moon pie. Okay, I'll split it with you.
Yours is bigger.
Oh, God, you're so childish. Here, knock yourself out.
This is the best thing I've ever eaten in my entire life.
And we've only missed one meal. Imagine if we were lost to the pole.
I'd kill you, eat you. You know what you wrote in your book about the heart being closed? That was very perceptive of you.
It was when we first met.
You never talked about your family. Never. So I figured something hurt.
Growing up, I wasn't really sure what closeness was. Books. Books was where I felt safe.
My family, it was the exact opposite. People were too close. I used books to get away.
I shouldn't have snooped.
You know, I wasn't writing about us. I was writing about a guy named Schuyler Hatfield who had an affair with one of his students named Andalusia Frampton. And then he broke it off. And in the book, she doesn't become one of his colleagues.
Don't you think you were losing a little bit of the drama by omitting that?
Are you mad at me for writing about us or for not writing about us?
I'm not sure.
I wanted to write about love and wonder and desire, those kind of big words. And how could I do that without writing about us?
Hi. Is,
If you're looking for Professor Bickford, he's away from his desk. I'm Lester.
Hi, Lester. My friend and I write for The Scallion. It's a comedy weekly like The Onion.
You write for an Onion?
We have a roast coming up featuring the teachers.
The Onion's having a roast? That's funny.
Has anything new happened to your dad?
Well, he did finish his book.
Hannah? Bickford wrote a book.
Schuyler awoke Monday morning, zonked in the men's latrine, happy to see he had pulled on his trousers before leaving Andalusia's dorm room the night before.
If he was to properly teach the Louisiana Purchase this morning to eager co-eds he wasn't sleeping with, he was going to need a drink. We can publish pieces of it.
Thanks for your help, Lester.
You've reached the Bickford residence. You know what to do.
Max, this is Jewel Mahal, the ebony Amazon who guards the till at Chatterley College. How are you this evening? This is the third message I've left for you at home. I tried the library, no dice, the cafeteria, wild guess, the gym, fat chance, and I'm about to call the chapel, where I hope you've gone to pray. I don't know if Professor Haskell has found you, but if you've done the same number on her as you've done on me, may God have mercy on your soul.
Getting sleepy? Maybe we better...
How do you want to do this?
How do I want to do this? I want to... Oh, my back. Oh, this happens sometimes. I have to lie down.
On the couch?
No, hard surface. Hard surface. It's better for the back. Old Jew alert. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Okay. Down. Good. Okay.
The few times I've been alone with you in 15 years, and I can't stay upright. Here we go. Oh. I can't believe that nobody's missed us. It's gonna be like that after we're gone. Teach these events that make history. We don't make history. No one will remember us except some neurotic little people that end up on a psychiatrist's couch.
Is there anything else I can do?
Yes. Be kind. Wake me when I get the Pulitzer.
Schuyler was in darkness, a darkness he had made. He stepped over his daughter's slippers on his way out to the bar. How had it come to this? He wanted a drink more than he wanted a family, and the thought no longer caused him shame.
Where are you?
The sad part.
Read it to me.
The night before, in a haze that now constituted Schuyler's thinking, he had decided to sleep off his drunk in the car. Tomorrow was Saturday, no school for the kids. He'd manage a leisurely hangover till midday, cradled in the backseat of the family Buick parked right there in the drive. Mary would rise early after missing him one more morning in their bed, sigh and make pancakes for the kids. Making pancakes had become her way of holding things together, while Schuyler slept. Schuyler drank. Schuyler died. Years later, he wondered what might have happened if by some miracle he'd awakened that morning and gone back inside to join his wife. Could they have moved past that sorrow and regret to find each other again? Schuyler would never know, for he slept. He slept not knowing Mary had cut her finger while slicing berries. Slept while she bound her finger in order to feed their kids. Slept when she left the kids with cartoons playing. Slept when she climbed in the Buick to drive to the ER to get the stitches in. Slept as the driver who'd had too much to drink on a Saturday morning came through the light near the hospital, hitting their car head-on, pinning his wife on impact behind the wheel.
Schuyler awoke only in the aftermath of the accident, as the jaws of life pried him from the wreck. He was bruised and dazed, and near enough to feel his wife's last breath. He didn't understand where he was or what had happened. It wasn't the first time he had awakened that way. It was Saturday morning. There had been an accident. His wife was dead. And Schuyler Hatfield was only just now waking up.
Hey, big guy, you all right in there?
Oh, the ladies' room is out of toilet paper. The janitor's closet was locked. I came in here and well, it's just the day that I'm having. I woke up this morning, came into work, walked into my office, and remembered that I resigned yesterday.
Are you one of the clericals who walked in support of the janitors?
No. I am one of the clerical workers who left something where students found it and got my boss in deep, deep doo-doo. Now he's disappeared. People are calling for his resignation, and President Bryant can't find Professor Haskell either. What was that?
You say they both disappeared? Because that vent connects to the janitor's closet. And that sounds like snoring.
I forgot you snore.
So do you.
How'd you sleep?
I have new respect for the family dog.
I must confess, I've been holding out on you.
You have to live with yourself. Oh, God, I was having such a nice dream. Pastures and fluffy clouds and helpful farm animals.
I finished your novel last night. First, who was Colette Duquesne?
The firebrand populist who joins Lady Chatterley College on page 236.
Why is she wearing my garnet suit? Here was a woman whose fragility unfolded before him with the sudden beauty of a poem.
He felt a kingdom rising in the ravages of his own poor heart, where her warmth and tenderness now reigned.
Is it hot in here? I'm having male menopause. Thank you.
They wind up together at the end.
Isn't that sweet? You do remember that this is a novel.
Of course.
This is the first non-historical writing I've ever done. You know, there are certain romantic requirements in any novel. I may have erred on that side too much, but women buy books, and you guys seem to like a happy ending.
Max, do you see me that way? As warm and tender?
Will you give me that saltine if I say yes?
I think I am sometimes. I want to be that way more of the time.
You're the only one who knows that I don't want to be afraid of that part of myself. I guess the real question is, why did you have them ending up together in the end?
Dr. Haskell, Professor Bickford, are you in there? Say something.
Read any good books lately, Lorraine?
Oh, Dr. Bickford, can you ever forgive me? I want you to say that you believe that I never meant for anything bad to come of this.
Oh, I know, Lorraine. You just looked where you shouldn't have. It's not the most terrible thing. It's not like you broadcast my private thoughts to the world.
Oh, no.
She feels bad.
Lorraine, I feel bad too. I never meant to hurt you. Even though I hate that look that you give me, and your voice does drive me up a...
Max! Oh. Focus on getting us out.
Lorraine, you always come through. You came through today. Could you come through again with a janitor and 2 bagels?
Max, how are we going to explain to Judith that we've locked up here all this time and we still don't have a replacement for Bitterman?
Now, the clerical workers and groundskeepers have already walked.
Good thing I keyboard and wield a mean rake.
Have you out in a minute, Max? 10 days of garbage isn't good enough for you, Dr. Bryan?
I think I know the janitors deserve a raise.
Oh, yeah, Max. I don't see you for 40 years. Now I can't shake you, man.
I didn't mean for you to literally lock yourselves in.
Thank you.
You see, this proves my point about the importance of janitors. Who had the key to this particular problem, huh?
Wait.
Max.
No. I think I got it. Excuse me. Freddie, do you have the keys to this closet? Thank you. Okie doke. Now, neither Andrea nor myself are going to leave this closet until this janitor strike is settled. As a matter of fact, nobody is going to leave this closet until we agree that the janitors go back to work tomorrow.
A sit-in in the janitor's closet.
Oh, yeah, Max. The 60s are over, bro.
We cannot teach with this filth anymore. Can we, Andrea?
Of course not.
Thank you. And if it begins to interfere with our work, we have to say enough.
Enough.
I didn't ask you to be a strike negotiator. I asked you to choose Bitterman's replacement.
We are choosing Bitterman's replacement. And he is standing right over here.
What did I miss?
Freddie already has a job, Max.
Not just Freddie. Freddie, Hugo, Felix, Domingo.
Where's this money supposed to come from?
Give them Bitterman's pay. The unions are asking for $4 more an hour. If we don't hire one professor, that'll be enough to pay for the entire janitorial staff.
That's right. And if we pick up someone to teach part-time, we save on the benefits.
Huh? You think they'll go for it?
I could probably sell it to my guys as a start.
Judith? Huh? Good news.
Okay. But there's some news that's not so good.
The words of Hunter S. Thompson should be the preface to Dr. Bickford's new Fear and Self-Loathing. Set in a fictional Chadwick where a prof not unlike our own Max Bickford goes absolutely gonzo.
Congratulations. You're a rock star.
They stole my book.
It's not a review of your book. It's a review of you. And it verges on idolatry. The drinking, the screwing around with students.
It's a novel, Judith.
Max, you're talking to me.
I may have experienced like events, but excerpts. That's all these kids have read of my book.
Not good enough. You're going to have to answer to it some way.
It's a novel.
It was a novel when it was in your drawer. Now, it's a problem.
Hey, Professor Love Train.
Here's your public, Max. If you thought the garbage got in the way of work, you haven't seen trash yet.
It's not a problem, Judith. It's a novel.
Did you really flunk a student because she wouldn't go to bed with you?
It's a novel.
Hey, who on the faculty haven't you slept with?
It's a novel!
Who is Skylar Hatfield?
Is he you?
Hey, Professor Bickford, did you really do all those drugs?
Did you bring some for us?
Yeah, what's a girl got to do to get an A around here?
It's in chapter 7.
What do you like in a co-ed?
Besides yourself?
Golly, I haven't seen this class this stimulated since Al Gore was in here talking about the missile crisis with his fly open. All right, I wanted to teach today, but I think that I'm going to have to clear up a couple of things. First, if any of you are here because you have an appetite for egg salad, you're going to be disappointed to know that it is not on the menu. And second, if I understand correctly, the only thing that you have possibly read from my book are some of the hot parts, right? Well, if you are here for an explanation or an apology, or you have some idea about deifying an addict, you are completely out to lunch. Now, you have thrown some very interesting questions at me, none of which I choose to answer. No. I have just finished my first book of fiction, and in it, I say what I want to say. But I have a question for you. What the hell are you doing here, anyway?
You mean, what are we doing in this classroom?
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. What are you doing in this classroom? In this school? In your relationships or your families? Or the world? What are you doing with the time you have here on Earth? What are you doing? I mean, think about it. We don't know what we're doing here. We don't know why we're doing it. We don't know if there's anything after it. We just do these really weird things, you know, like loving people and hurting people, and it's all very confusing to me. It's very exhilarating, it's terrifying, and maddening, and sad, and funny. And I thought that the best way to address these questions would not be standing in front of you in a history class, but by writing imaginary things which might give me some concept of the truth.
But what are all these imagined things based on? Are they based on your life?
It's none of your business.
I mean, you wrote about a debauched drunk professor who teaches at a women's college. His daughter goes there. That's not your story? I mean, why else would you write a story like that?
Because I felt like it. No, I really felt like it. Satisfied?
No. Readers have a right to know.
You stole my book. Remember? You went into my office and you stole my book. Were you thinking of my rights when you violated them? You want to know what I have a right to do? I want a 30-page paper on U.S. copyright law on my desk by Thursday.
We're not even in your class.
You are today.
I have another question. Doesn't an audience get...
I have a better question. Has anybody actually read the book? And I'm not talking about thumbing through the good parts. I'm talking about the whole book, from start to finish. I didn't think so. Well, I have. And it is an exhilarating, terrifying, maddening piece of fiction that's true, like art is true.
What'd I tell you? It's exhilarating, isn't it? Okay, let's go to work. You okay?
Feeling too many things at once. Reading it brought back memories I thought I was rid of. You betrayed Mom.
I betrayed everyone, including myself.
She loved you, and she trusted you.
And I didn't deserve that trust. And that is something that I'm gonna have to live with.
I have to live with it now, too. Did you ever think about that?
You know, I did realize that this was gonna be tough on you. I think maybe that's why it took me 3 years to finish.
I don't know how to feel about you. What you did is awful. And knowing it is awful. And then you turn around and you use what's awful and you write this amazing book. And then suddenly all this awfulness is beautiful.
Gets messy with people, doesn't it? We're gonna have to find a new way of being with each other.
It made me think about the past. But I also thought, wow, you're not like that anymore. I write and you write, and we're both trying to understand the things that we've done and the feelings that we have. We have more in common than I realized. You showed me yours, I'll show you mine. And my lyrics.
Thanks.
You know the part in the book about the daughter growing up too fast in a house that was filled with chaos? I wasn't sure that you knew that. So thank you for getting it right.
The part about the girl growing up to be okay? Did I get that right?
We're gonna hope.
Sorry about reading the book before I read the book.
Spend the 1995 next time.
Though I hated that thing with me bending over on the bridge. Though I liked the last chapter, being the acting for Aretha Franklin who finally gets her respect.
You're welcome. Hey.
History teacher cleans up big strike in spare time.
That's amazing what you can do with a good night's rest.
Good speech yesterday. It was nice being your student again. It's interesting getting to know you suddenly as a writer. It's making me think about the things that I'm writing about, things that I care about, but I keep them at a distance, you know, academically. I want to write with that kind of humor and that kind of personal perspective. I mean, it's in me. And now that I see the way that you wrote your story...
Boy, a lot of things came out of that closet.
It happened for a reason.
Yes, it did.
What's wrong with the dad in the story?
Well, for starters, he thinks he understands the kid.
And he doesn't.
The kid's 12. The kid doesn't even understand the kid. Milk?
So, why does the kid lie to the dad?
Well, sometimes the kid needs to do some things that might not always be okay with the dad.
The dad doesn't want the kid to make any mistakes that might hurt him.
I know, but the kid's job is to grow up. How is he supposed to do that without making a couple of little tiny mistakes? Like the fever the other day. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, this has been very helpful. I'm gonna get right on that rewrite.
Hey, maybe the kid could get a love interest.
Brunette or redhead?
You're the writer, Dad.
Hey, does the dad still get to hug the kid?
It's probably okay with the kid tonight.
All lives have wreckage. The trick is making the broken pieces fit in some new way. What works in life is the same thing that works in writing. Show up every day, sober, sleeves rolled, and full of hope as a child. Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
CBS next Sunday, Professor Bickford takes on an entire town
Don't be the man who would destroy Quinlan.
in mall wars.
You are going to vote to build that hideous mall?
I didn't say that.
Will Max's decision make him a hero or a goat?
Your vote, Professor Bickford.
An all-new Max Bickford, CBS next Sunday.